Hey, welcome to the Sunday preview for this 30th Sunday of the year. And we have a great reading from chapter 18 of St. Luke's Gospel. It says, Jesus addressed this parable to those who were convinced of their own righteousness and despised everyone else. Two people went up to the temple area to pray. One was a Pharisee and the other a tax collector. The Pharisee took up his position and spoke this prayer to himself. "O God, I thank you that I am not like the rest of humanity, greedy, dishonest, adulterous, or even like this tax collector. I fast twice a week. I pay tithes on my whole income." But the tax collector stood off in the distance and would not even raise his eyes to heaven, but beat his breast and prayed, "O God, be merciful to me, a sinner." I tell you, the latter went home justified, not the former. For whoever exalts himself will be humbled, and the one who humbles himself will be exalted. So often I hear people complain that God doesn't hear their prayers. He doesn't respond. They never get any feedback from God. He doesn't answer. How many times have we felt like that? And maybe it's so because of the way we pray. And what a contrast in this story about one who prays with pride and self-righteousness and the other who prays with humility. Maybe we're not as pompous as this Pharisee was. Very few people are. But we do have a tendency to compare ourselves. And that's what's at the root of the problem. We try to justify ourselves. We try to think we're a little bit better than the other guy. Therefore, we deserve something from God. While the tax collector knows that he was in a conflicted situation, that he was doing things he shouldn't do, and he was trying to find a way out of it. And there he is, humble before God, asking for mercy. I think our prayer has to be more like that. And there's a really helpful reading from the book of Sirach, the first reading for the Mass, that sheds a perfect light on this from the Old Testament point of view. And it says, God shows no favorites. He's not unduly partial to the weak, but he hears the cries of the oppressed. The one who serves God willingly is heard. His petition reaches the heaven. The prayer of the lowly pierces the clouds. It does not rest until it reaches its goal, nor will it withdraw until the Most High responds, judges justly, and affirms the right. The Lord will not delay. And then the responsorial psalm this week is, "The Lord hears the cry of the poor," from the psalm. Beautiful. And that's really the key to our prayer, for our prayer to be answered. Is it a cry of the poor and the humble? Is it a cry of a person who admits what he's done wrong and just asks God for mercy, rather than trying to impress ourselves and God with how good we are and how much we deserve something from him? And God looks at the lowly heart, the humble heart. And that's the heart that he wants us to have when we pray.